Hello, welcome again. In this video, we'll cover some key concepts to solve arc welding numericals. So, starting with first concept, that is potential across arc space. So, I will read this and explain each line. Okay. So, potential across arc space. So, this is your potential, and this represents your arc space. Suppose this is your cathode, and this is your R column, and this is your anode. So this is the distance between cathode and anode. Okay. So across cathode there will be some drop in potential. Across R column there will be some drop in potential, and across anode there will be some drop in potential. Okay. So reading this, potential drop across an arc is shown above for a particular material and particular arc length. So this is for particular material and for particular arc length. Second point is, with the change in material, all values, that is cathode, anode and arc column, of potential drop will change. So this potential drop will change, this potential drop will change, and this potential will change for change in material. With the change in arc length, the value of potential drop in arc column will change. So this is for particular material and for particular arc length. If we change the arc length, this value will change, but this value will not change. This value of potential drop will remain same, and this value of potential drop will also remain same. So now voltage of potential drop can be written as V is equal to A plus BL. So A is your electrode gap and BL is your column drop. So this is the first characteristics in arc welding, that is potential across arc space or arc length. Okay. Next key concept is current voltage characteristics of arc. So this is for a particular arc length, and it is relationship between voltage and current. So that is for L is your arc length. So I am again reading out this and explaining all this. For a particular arc length, current voltage characteristics of arc is shown in figure. So here now in point 2 we will explain this. AB, initial decrease in voltage from A to B as voltage is decreasing is against Ohm's law. Ohm's law is voltage is directly proportional to current, but here as current is increasing, voltage is decreasing, so it is against Ohm's law. This can be explained as initially the shape of arc is almost cylindrical. Initially the shape of arc between anode and cathode is almost cylindrical, and as arc built, as it built its radius or as its radius increases, which decrease surface area to volume ratio of cylindrical arc. So as surface area will decrease, so there will be lower heat loss, and hence lower heat loss and lower potential or voltage loss. So as we increase current initially, there will be lower heat loss, so voltage will drop, okay, up to point B. Next part, BC. But when the current is further increased from B to C, initially the shape was cylindrical, but now the shape will not remain cylindrical, it will bludge out. The cylindrical shape bludges out, the arc will come out of cylindrical shape, okay. And there will be a longer path for current flow and increased resistance. Then the ohmic law prevails. Now resistance will increase, so now we can apply Ohm law here. V is directly proportional to I. So as current increases, V also increases. Okay. So now this is the characteristics for a particular arc length, and here we have studied that for the potential relationship with arc length is V is equal to A plus BL. So as arc length increases, the voltage also increases. So we can draw different characteristics. So as so this is for particular L. Now if L increases, it will be less than. Okay. So this is different characteristics. This is for L1, this is for L2, this is for L3. Okay. Third key concept in arc welding is source characteristics. So source characteristics or power characteristics is shown in figure on DI graph. Okay. So it can be sharply doping or it can be flat also. So this characteristics can be represented by V by OCV plus I by SCC is equal to 1, where OCV is open circuit voltage and SCC is your short circuit current. Okay. So when there is no current, I will be 0, so it means V by OCV will be equal to 1, and so it means V is equal to OCV means open circuit voltage. So that is the maximum voltage of the source for a particular arc length. Okay. And gives maximum arc length because we have this V is equal to A plus if potential is 0, then I by SCC will be equal to 1, or current will be a short circuit current. So this is for 0 arc length. So that is for maximum arc length, and this is for 0 arc length. Okay. Next key concept is combining these two diagrams. So now we have source characteristics and R characteristics. Now we combine these two characteristics. So that is your R characteristic and that is your source characteristic. So operating point should be on this line, not on this line. So this is the operating point. Okay. So now this is for particular arc length L. Now if we want to increase arc length, then the operating point will also shift from X to X1. Reading this figure shows plot of source characteristics and arc characteristics on single graph. X is the operating point for arc length L. Now if we want to change the arc length, the operating point will also shift as shown in figure 2 by X1. Okay. For each point there will be different arc power. Power is, this is the voltage and this is the current, so power is VI. Okay, so for each point there will be different power. Now to find out maximum power, now we have source characteristics as V by OCC plus I by HCC is equal to 1, and R characteristics as V is equal to A plus BL. So this is equation number 1, and this is, or we can modify this also. This will be V OCC minus OCC by HCC into I. So this is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. So now we can equate these two for have a particular operating point. So by equating these two, we get I as OCC minus A minus BL within bracket SCC by OCC. So now I is known in terms of L, V is already known in terms of L, so power will be in terms of L. All other quantities are constant. OCC is constant, short circuit current is constant, A is constant, B is constant. So if we differentiate it with respect to L, then it will give maximum power. Okay. So we can take this numerical also by taking OCC as 80 and HCC as 100, so we get power as 20 kVA. Taking V and V from R characteristics, then equating, and then dP by dL